So, welcome back to the crown of the Oathbreaker. So, some shenanigans last week at the King's Games, where rewards were won, magic items were gained, pride was perhaps slightly hurt with some events, and at the end of the culmination of the whole thing, if you remember, was the Battle of the Champions. Bone did quite well until he was defeated by a Kingsguard who managed to heal himself mid-battle, and by that stage, Bone was off to a losing cause. But he fought bravely, and the person that beat him was due to go into the finals, but the finals never actually happened. Um,
Oof. Yeah, that was rough. That was unexpected, actually.
King Asnor Walderon, who usually wins this event year after year, and the reward is usually an audience with the king. So the local joke is there's going to be an audience of one and nothing more, because the king always wins. But this time the king didn't win. He didn't even make it to the final, because he fought someone dressed all in black, carrying a flaming sword, and this person offered her flaming sword as a magical item, which was the price of entering the King's Game, the Battle of the Champions. The battle against the king was long, it was hard, it was difficult, and eventually this Dark Knight defeated the king, and he said, reveal yourself, claim your victory. And at that point, she ripped off her helmet, revealing an image of Queen Elisa. And if you're caught up on your history, that was the King Aldenon's original wife, who died seemingly of natural causes of some type of disease, but she passed away at a young age. And the king remarried to the current queen, Queen Lyrencia, and had a beautiful offspring called Princess Athena. But as
Oh,
the
gorgeous.
king, gorgeous queen, gorgeous princess, and as he lay down there, and she ripped off her helmet, and black wings came out as well, and she stabbed deeply into the king, and she said, "Waldron, you are a kinslayer and a traitor to your house. Not even your death can avenge your deeds. I claim your soul as punishment. It is in hell where we shall meet again." And the former queen, drove this sword into the king's chest, and he died. And at that point, Queen Elisa, in a demonic version of her, woof, vanished in a puff of smoke. Lord Sign Monder raced forward to make sure the king was okay, to see if there's any chance of saving him. But he was plain old dead. Just dead, dead, dead. The place erupted in screams. People scattered. And that is where we pick up tonight's session, with the king having passed away. And it is common knowledge that Queen Lyrencia will not be the queen anymore. Once the coronation happens, Princess Athena will be no more. It will in fact be Queen Athena. So, that is interesting. So what I would like to know is, once everybody's scattered, and that's where we picked it up. So what are you guys doing? We'll start with Vander. Vander, what happens is this place just explodes in chaos, people running everywhere. What do you do?
Well, Vander is going to send messages to Bone
Yep.
to follow him. Get out of here. We don't really want to stay in this. Well, it seems like a sticky situation at least, and we don't really want to do that. We want to do something else. And I'm going to grab Bone, and we're going to disappear into the masses. And actually, we're not going to do too much special just yet. But Vander is going to change form again, blend into the masses, look like a commoner. I guess I'll stick with my high elf theme,
Sure.
because I think that's just a thing now, I think so. I would actually try to look for Casri though. If
Uh,
she's somewhere around here, is she trying to flee as well?
well, let me take you back to the dog pit and just give you an approximation of where things are. If you remember last session, Kazri was called to the royal box from some guards where she met Gareth. And if you're watching closely, you might have noticed Kazri place a gentle kiss onto the cheek of Gareth. Maybe you've known Gareth has been pursuing Kazri for a long time, and perhaps Kazri has accepted her fate. We're not sure. Well, Kazri, what are you doing? I mean, we'll do it that way.
Okay, well, assuming that everybody was whisked away off of the royal area,
Yes, they were.
um, I guess Gareth and I would make sure that we get to safety. Obviously, like first that that there's no other like attacks going on, but that I would tell him that I have already planned for the priest to meet us cliffside. That if he wants to come along with me right now, that we could go. Um, but or it's up to him if he has some other day in mind.
He's going to say, as he's a dick. He's going to hold your hand because he's of the opinion that females are weak and need his
No, don't worry.
protection.
I'm going to be being weak for. I'm
Okay.
absolutely feeding into this.
Okay, so he grabs your hand and says, "Oh, my love, let's go quickly to the Gorso Manor. Let's make sure things are safe and stable. And then as soon as things are safe and stable, assuming there's no more demonic attacks, I will wed this evening. How does that sound?"
Um, that's good. I mean, I would need to contact the priest because he was going to be meeting us after the games. He may already be there.
Just want to keep you safe. Make a persuasion roll, Kazri.
Okay, pulling that up. Abilities. Where are my abilities? There they are. I'm not used to mobile, so it's taking me a moment. There we
Sure,
go.
no problem.
Boop. It is mother 9.
Look, my love, I really must insist. We'll be safe there with the guards. Um, just come with me. And he starts pulling you towards the Gorso Manor.
Okay. I mean, I'll go with him. I'm pretty confident that my priest is going to contact me anyway. So.
Okay, so that's what you would have
Um,
seen, Vander, is Kazri being pulled away
can I
by
try
Gareth.
to just send Caster a message and be like, "Oh, this looks like a big mess. I think we need a rendezvous point."
Is this the type where I'm able to respond?
Yeah.
Okay. Kesri would let you know that our plans, are just a little delayed. That I will be at Gorzo Manor until the evening, where we will still meet as planned in the evening.
Right.
But that for now, I'm going to be at Gorzo Manor, and then as a quick afterthought, I'm going to remind Vander. Don't forget, you have to ditch at
Well, seems like the perfect time to do it.
All right, cool. I don't want to seem too distracted, so I'm going to go back to holding hands.
Okay. So Vander, you're leaving with Bone?
Yeah, I'm bringing Bone out of here.
Okay. And where are you heading to? Anywhere in the city in particular?
Uh, to be honest, not really. But I think I would like to try to stay somewhat low. I was thinking about going back to the Lucky Leap Tavern, but I don't think we should do that. I think we should go somewhere else. I don't really want to stay too much in public, but I want to. You see, so Vander has this background. He's a charlatan, and he would really like to expand on his knowledge of making false identities. He feels like having multiple choices and options with identifying himself with papers and such would benefit him. So he kind of wants to use his knowledge of the city and perhaps track someone down that could help him forge something better than he can make himself, or at least help him in making something.
Make a history check. See if you know anywhere inside of Oathbreaker who could help you.
Ooh.
Minty, so you're looking for someone who can help you get better disguises? Is that the whole idea?
No, I was thinking actually like real documents of my identity. Like I want to, if guards were to approach me and ask for my identity, my ID, I would be able to give them an ID of someone else than Vander himself, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like legitimate papers.
Okay, well, the place for legitimate papers is location 68, the Royal Court. Anybody can spot a 68 and ping it, that would be nice.
68.
Here it is.
60.
Right here.
Oh, yeah, in the middle.
No, Halls of the Law. This one, sorry, you've been here before. The Halls of the Lawgiver, number 60. Remember, you went there previously before. I can't remember exactly what you did there. But if you want official papers, you could go there to officially register yourself. But you are not yourself.
I am not. Do you think because
so like
Vander...
you're basically looking for like somewhere to like in more common terms like forge a passport, basically, like you're looking for somewhere to get fake papers.
Yeah, it says here feature false identity. I don't think I'm able to link it though, but I can try to like send a picture in Discord. Just see what's written. It says that I myself am able to forge second identities, documentations, and such. But I feel like having some connections with that would probably be beneficial as well.
You're... There's a person around. Actually, this is how we'll do it. Yeah, there's this guy here, Srati. He was going to grab Incration, which I'm going to do next week since Incration isn't with her this evening. But I'm going to say that both he's going to grab you three, Bone, Vandor, and Incration, and have a conversation post the crown the king's games. So he's going to know of you guys and pull you aside and have talks, and he can help you with your forged documents. But there's some other bits and pieces he wants to go over with you. So tell what we'll do. Assume you have your false documents. He can do those for those. And then we'll RP out that with Doug next week when he joins. And Doug, if you're listening in, I hope you're having time with your family and not playing games, but maybe the recording. So how does that sound? So Bone, Vandor,
I think that sounds good.
And then Creation will be grabbed by this guy Srati, and we'll pick it up from there next week. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works. I don't really need the false identity just now. I just want to like establish some ways to create them more easily, if that makes sense.
And Strati
Yeah,
can
cool.
definitely help you with that.
Nice.
Okay. And Adai, what are you doing?
You're muted, by the way.
Doesn't help, Adai.
Sorry, I mute. Yeah.
That's right.
Initially, I was rushing into the arena to try to help with the situation, but as soon as Fina is made queen, I stop in shock and I start searching for Nethel to see whether he's in the crowd or trying to get some feedback from him.
So who are you looking for, sorry?
Nathael, the red cloak.
Nathael. Okay, cool. Well, he's around. I'll make an investigation check if you want to find Nathael Wester. And by the way, according to traditions, it is still Princess Athena. She has not officially been a someone.
Okay.
Yeah. Nathan Wester is there, a red cloak. I mean, a grave crime has been done. And he's trying to calm things down, direct people outside of the stadium. And you approach him?
Yeah, approach him.
Hey, get out of the stadium! Demonic possessions, I don't know what the hell's going on! Adai, help me out here! Get these people out of here!
I help him to organize the people, and when we are a little bit more safe, I will talk with him.
Okay, so you spend a good half an hour corralling people outside of there. Eventually people calm down. I mean, everybody in the stadium literally saw a demonic form of the Queen. So the initial panics died down, but still people are unease. Did you see what happened, Adai? What the hell was that?
Was his wife, no?
His dead wife. I don't understand.
It looked like a devil. But this is, I mean, I don't know whether I'm more shocked about the king being dead on Athena. I mean, if she's made queen, any order in the city is gone.
Look, we can't talk about this here. Let's go somewhere more quiet. What would you suggest?
Nothing, but I worry that maybe she was in. You know what I mean?
Listen. You can't be making this conversations like this out in public. What you're talking now could amount to treason. We need to go somewhere private.
I'll go with him somewhere more private.
He takes you to... actually, over here into... Oh, actually, we'll just drag Adai over there. He takes you to the royal warehouse. Adai, come on the screen. There you go. So over here, and he takes you to a back order of the warehouse. There's just lots of bits and pieces. Furniture, swords, bit of an armory, and he takes you to a quiet spot. Adai, use your head. What do you... We need to talk about this in quiet. Tell me what you're thinking.
You heard what she said about the king killing his king. What happened when they went hunting and his son disappeared? Were you there?
I wasn't there. Lord Signmunder was there. Maybe you could talk to him. Do you know him at all?
And do I know him? I'm not sure.
Yes, you do.
Let me check my notes. If you have a picture, so then...
Yeah, I do. Somewhere.
The dwarf, we helped with the windmills
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the guy who sent us to get his horse. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very high up. You noticed he was actually up on stage of the Queen. He's kind of the head of the Royal Knights. Very well respected. Well, I know just as much as what is common knowledge. I mean, there was the king, Queen Lyrencia, and their son, Krasnor. And they were a happy family. Some say the mother loved the son too much. A little bit creepy, but that's what happened. And eventually, the queen got some type of nasty poison in her system. And after a long, long disease, I don't say poison, but more of a disease, she passed away. It was tragic, but no one to blame, just bad luck. The king married Queen Lyrencia, who was at the time was a bit of a maiden, a bit of a nobody. And not long after their marriage, Queen Lyrencia was actually kidnapped. Lord Signmonder, the King Waldron, and their son, Lord Prince Krasnor, they went and they tried to rescue her. Now, at this point, things get a bit fuzzy. Some say they went into the Fey realms. Some said they went into some dark realms. Some say it was just a simple hostage situation. Don't know. Maybe Lord Signmonder would know more. But then they returned. The Queen Lyrencia saved, but Prince Krasnor died. He did not return. And then, of course, Princess Athena came along. So, Kinslayer. What do you think that could mean, Adai?
I think maybe the king did the unspeakable. Maybe he was associated with the death of his son.
Well, I can't deny that I had that thought myself. But what you're talking about is dark. I mean, in a sense, the king was jealous of his son because the queen doted on him so much, but murdering his son?
Maybe you say that they were on the Fey realm.
I don't know. Those are rumors.
You know, people's minds can be affected. The blood in the king run thin from his father and the father of his father. Maybe he was not strong enough to resist the temptations. Maybe from the queen or from someone else. I don't know, but I don't think this is just all, a chance that, devil or not, this period, I felt that she was talking truth.
You're talking about the dead queen?
Yes.
I mean, Kinslayer traded to your house? I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe he was possessed. I mean, the King Waldron that I know was a bit of a narcissist, a bit of a womanizer, but strong with the sword. Mind you, just thinking about it, his womanizing has stopped since he's been married to Queen Lyrencia.
I mean that he never cheated.
Well, I mean,
to her.
I don't want to mean to put it so crassly, but down through the years, the king has almost been given free reign to sleep with whomever and whatever he wants. I don't know about the kingly rights. I argue whether it's right or wrong, but that's what happens.
I know. And at this moment, I start to feel distress, and I realize I'm in a small room with him. And I open the window, so any thing that allows me to breathe fresh air.
There's the window. We can't be heard. What you're talking is treason.
Nothing. I'm dying here. Okay.
What are you talking about? You're fine. What's going on?
We don't like any stress, and when I'm in small rooms, this gets worse. Anyway, you say that the king stopped playing with women after he got married with the new king.
Presumably, except for the queen. But yes, the womanizing has stopped.
I have an idea, but it seems too crazy.
With me, Adai. And he takes you outside, through the fish gate into the seabed amongst some trees, getting some privacy that way. Is that better, Adai?
It started to feel better, yes.
What's this dark thought?
It's just a crazy idea, but what if the queen was never What if she was never captured? What if it was all a trap?
Queen Lyrencia was a ruse to what? Kill her own son? Oh, no, to kill her stepson, the prince?
And to get her blood into the kingdom.
Oh, it's true that her blood is in the kingdom now, but as you know, Queen Lyrencia will not be queen.
Yeah,
The
but her
inevitable
blood will be.
her blood,
Athena
yes.
will be.
The coronation will happen in the not too distant future, and Princess Athena will become queen. I mean, look at your ear, Edai. If she did that to your ear, what's she going to do to the kingdom?
Yeah, nothing. I didn't like how the king behaved ever, but I respected because, my grandfather was who he was, and I respect this kingdom, but I will not follow that woman. I would rather be grown and kill in the square than let this chance go away. I have to investigate this.
The Crown Guard has sworn loyalty to the crown. The Crown Guard have not pledged loyalty to any of the kings. They've pledged loyalty to the crown. So they are honor bound to throw themselves in support of the soon-to-be Queen Athena, no matter how evil, no matter how wicked she is. They're honor bound to do that.
I know you are, but I'm not.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm upholden to the law. I mean, there's only 12 of us red cloaks around, and we dish out the laws. But the Crown's guards themselves swore loyalty to the crown, so it's different. It gets even more complicated. If Queen Athena does become queen, and she enacts shall we say generously, some unusual laws, then I am honor bound to maintain those laws. Oh, and this could be very bad.
I know, friend, and I don't want to put you in a bad position. So I think maybe I should not talk more about this with you. I don't want you to feel to find yourself in a place in which you have to perjure yourself or give away a friend.
Two things, Edai. Make me a stealth check and a perception check.
Okay, stealth with disadvantage and some. Sorry, problems with the
advantage due to your armor.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's important, yes. Otherwise, it's an 18. But if the armor is important, it's an 8. And then a perception.
Oh no, the armor is not important. So it was at 19. You said.
Yes.
This is more like to not be overheard.
I see.
And you wouldn't be overheard.
And then a perception.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 17.
Okay, so keeping quiet, keeping stealthy. As I say, your armor isn't a hindrance because it's just keeping your voice down. Mm-hmm. And you look around to make sure no one was listening, because Nethel Wester is correct. What you're talking about is tantamount to treason, and you're pretty sure no one overheard you. Well, let's keep in touch, Edai. Yeah, let's just keep in touch. Things are gonna change. They're gonna change, I think, for the worse.
Do you have other clothes?
What?
More normal clothes?
Yes, but I'm well known in this city. I'm going to maintain the red cloak. I mean,
no, for myself. I point to myself. I'm wearing noble clothes. Do you have a cloak or not an official one? Something I can wear. Otherwise, I will go shopping. Don't worry.
And he takes you into the city. Takes you to his house. Choose a house. I don't know which one is his house, but he gives you some more commoner clothes.
Okay. I pick something that I can cover also my face if needed. And I hide my ring, my noble ring, in one of my pockets.
Okay, cool. And where do you head
And I'm
to
gonna go
after?
to. Yes, I'm gonna go to the tavern in which nobody is there. To the
Lucky
Lucky
Leap?
Leap Tavern.
Yeah, it is almost empty. It was, if you remember, it was bustling during the King's
Yeah.
Games. But it seems people have retreated to the safety of their home. So apart from the staff, the place is empty.
Okay. I asked whether they have seen Vendor, Kesri, or Bone.
Well, let's switch focus to Vandor and Bone.
Yes.
So you've met with that guy, Srati. And where do you head after it? As I said, we'll get to that next week. Vandor, if you're telling us your story, you're muted.
Oops. I don't really know how much time we're gonna spend with this. What was his name again? I wrote it.
Srati.
Srati guy. But in any case, Vander and Bone probably as well is just going to waste some time until Cassri's wedding, I think. So if we are done with Srati at an earlier point, I'm probably just going to try to either help or establish some connections to my new fake identity, which I'm trying to forge.
Oh.
If it takes longer time, then I'm just going to, well, keep at it, I guess. That's going to be my goal until the wedding starts, at least. Which I'm not really sure when, but it's in the evening sometime.
And the King's Games, started in the early evening. So I'm going to say, given the time you've spent with Srati and Bone and Kracion, it's time.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so
yeah.
So you're going to head over to the site of the wedding,
Yeah.
which is here at 48, right here.
But I don't, neither myself or Bone really wants to be visible, though. We don't really want to be spotted. We want to be silent prospectors.
Okay.
Or, yeah, as hidden as possible.
Let's move Bone, Kesri, Vandor. So, and of course, Gareth's going to be there. And I was losing the token for. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so how we make? Well, let's first of all let's go to Kesri, as Gareth Gorzo has grabbed you by the arms. He's marching with 3 of his guards, and he's taken you to Gorso Manor. Inside, it's clean, but otherwise abandoned. I mean, it's clean because you guys cleaned it up. So, all right, let's just lay low here for 30 minutes, and then, my love, we will. We're the cliffside. You said. Oh, that's romantic.
Yeah. It is, and if you want, we could spend half an hour or so handwriting our vows.
Of course.
Romantic.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go into another room and write mine. Have you written yours already?
I have not, but I'll work on it.
Okay. So 30 minutes, and then we'll proceed to the cliffside, my love.
Okay, and I'll give him a smooch.
Yeah, he smiles and says, "Oh, this is nothing else. Your father is going to be very, very pleased with this union."
You know what? It's about time I grew up, so I agree.
Oh, and as you know, he loves children. How many children do you think he has? A dozen?
Oh
Two
God,
dozen?
yeah, maybe more.
Yeah, oh, I think more, but perhaps that is known. And grandkids, oh, he's going to be so excited. Let's just say our offspring will be purer than most.
I'm just gonna nod. I'm not gonna say anything to that one.
Okay, see you soon. And he disappears into another room, presumably to write his vows.
Okay. If he's gonna disappear, I'm gonna um, hmm, I guess I would attempt to listen at the door to see if he's doing something else besides riding his back.
Okay, two things then. Make me a stealth check to quietly walk to the door, and then make me a perception check.
Okay, that is a 15 for the stealth
Yep.
and a 6 for perception. Okay.
You hear mumblings. You're not entirely sure if he's writing, but you hear him talking to the goons that he always brings around, but you're not sure what they're saying.
Okay. Then I will okay. I'll be pretending to be writing something.
Sure.
And then I'll wait for him, and then we'll go to the cliffs.
Okay. So the site. Let's just set the scene first. The site of the wedding is at a place called the Imprints of the Half Goat. And you can see these ginormous footprints here. The place is otherwise abandoned, and Garrett suggests that the wedding takes place on the wharf overlooking the ocean. Where is the priest, my love? You said someone was coming to marry us.
Uh, Maybe they, are just running a little late given the events that happened at the King's Games. But I wouldn't be too wary. Let's give them maybe another 10 minutes or so before we get concerned.
Vander, Bone, what are you doing?
So actually, when Vander notices Castry, he's going to send her a message, and he's going to ask, "So, are you going through with this, or has anything changed?"
We are at the wharf overlooking the ocean on the cliffside.
Oh, so you're ready then?
I am ready then.
Okay. Well, Vander is going to use one of his second level spell slots to cast Invisible on Bone.
So concentrating, and Bone is invisible. Now let's just get this out the way right now, Bone. Make me a stealth check at advantage. Just to see how stealthy you're going to be.
Oh, not the best.
Okay. Let me check some things. Okay. Noted.
And Vander is going to use his disguise self, and he's going to turn into, you guessed it, a priest.
Priest. Now, just a priest, or are you looking to impersonate a priest in particular?
We'll go with something like this.
Oh. Ah! Okay.
And Vander is just going to slowly walk, or he's going to start by the road, of course. It's getting late, so I assume it's getting pretty dark. He's going to light a torch as he walks up the road to just not seem too out of place or too sneaky in any forms of regard. He's going to look at the guards. He's going to give them a little bit of a nod as he enters the, well, what do you call it?
Wharf.
The wharf. Sure.
And okay, we'll get there in a second. Bone, what are you doing?
Oh, what directions did you give Bone?
So Banner is just going to say that I need you to stay close, but don't make any mess with these guys around us. And I want you to do whatever I say when you hear my words, I guess, because I'm just going to send Bone a message or whatever. But keep close to me, but stay away from the guards.
Away from the guards.
Okay, so as you approach onto the wharf... Oi! What are you doing sneaking around here? I can see you. This is a private affair.
Are you talking to Vander?
No, I was talking to
sneak.
Bone. Bone rolled 11 on the stealth, and that does not beat their passive perception.
Yeah,
Oh.
Bone is going to say. Bone sneak.
Oh god.
Look, friend. This is, shall we say, a very important thing politically. We're gonna have to ask you to leave.
I thought he was invisible.
Well, he's invisible, but that doesn't mean he's undetectable.
Right.
Like, you know, he's leaving footprints. Maybe there's some fog swirling around him. And that's how they spotted him.
Banner is gonna just turn around, look a little bit confused. He's going to, of course, he's going to be a little bit confused, of course, because he doesn't really understand what's happening. But he sees that Bone probably has attract the attention of the guards. So he's just going to like lean a little bit against them, I guess, and he's just going to.
No, look, no.
Yeah.
Casimir, it's nice to see you. I know you're not a fighter, though. You're a priest, and my guards can handle this.
Working from 9 to whenever we finish.
I'm just gonna say to Gorsel, but that are you sure though? It seems weird that we would be disturbed all the way out here, and he's just
Well,
going to like
you are
keep
correct.
looking curious in Bone's direction, and he's just gonna send a little bit of a message to Bone to tell him to go into the woods, run into the woods.
Bone is going to run into the woods.
Well, firstly, you're casting a spell, are you not?
Yeah.
And what components does it have?
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, if it's verbal, that's going to be kind of obvious.
It is
Verbal somatic material.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it's
Okay,
a
yeah, I
cup
mean,
of
you're going to be...
water. Well, depends. Make a sleight of hand check.
Well,
You're
I'm pretty good
subtly
at those,
casted.
but we'll see though. I've been known to be burned before, but not this time.
Okay, so actually, Gareth is getting a little suspicious, so he's going to be making an active perception check. Yes, perception's wisdom, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so.
He does not notice. Rolls an 11. So you run into the woods.
Yeah, I guess the woods to the left of the dock.
Keep moving. You're still too close. Last warning.
Oh, I thought that he's going to run into the woods. He's going to just keep moving.
I guess Vander didn't tell him how far, so...
Okay, and with that, the guards return. So I'm gonna say, yeah, you're in the woods here. Like, this is through some woods,
Yeah.
so that That's will be weird, just in case. I mean, I'm sure this wedding, I don't actually know what's happening as a DM, but I'm sure this will be perfectly happy. Kazri
Yes.
and Gareth will live happily ever after. All right. And Gareth steps aside. Let us start the ceremony. And he's begging you to stand here so they can look at you as they overlook this romantic setting.
So Vander is going to just start. He's going to ask both the participants if they
please,
are ready.
Please, stand here.
Oh, you want me to stand here? Yeah, I can do that.
The priest usually stands in front, right, and they're looking across at the ocean. And the guards are kind of hanging back there.
Can I ask the guards for more privacy because it feels like an armed wedding and I don't like that?
Make a persuasion check. And
Yeah.
what was it? We didn't see your rolls.
7.
As a perception.
Oh,
Oh, did I do that wrong? I'm sorry. You said persuasion. Yeah, I have way better than that. 22.
22. This is what you want, my love?
I mean, yeah. I mean, what's gonna go wrong on a wharf? I have you here to protect me.
He likes that. Okay, men, just take a few steps back, and two of them kind of go over here and hang out with some tents that were. This is, by the way, where the leap of death happened. So there's some still tents and stuff around from that event. So they kind of hang out, and I always say they hang out inside this big top over here, just out of sight. That's why this is here. This is where the leap of death happened. Vander.
Okay.
So I guess I am going to commence then. I'm going to ask the participants if they are ready, if they have written some form of vows to each other that they would like to share.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Kazri is going to take both of Gareth's hands and use the last two of her sorcery spells to twin cast Rhymes Binding Ice.
Oh,
Okay. Just in case it matters.
Roll for initiative.
Okay. Y'all will have to manually add mine, but it was a 11.
I can do that. Oops. So 11 for Kazri. I mean, you'll get cast the spell, but it's trying to be organized here. Because that's the guards. Should have Vander, Kazri, Bone, and Gareth. Oh, Gareth, look at that. An 8 for Gareth. Okay. Rhymes Binding Ice. What does he need to do?
I can't post it, but it is a Constitution saving throw, and let me see what my spells save DC is 15.
15. So.
can I post it perhaps?
Yeah, I see it. Thank you, Adi.
Oh, nice.
Fail save. Creature hindered. So, this comes down to a save, and he's going to take damage regardless. But he may or may not be bound. Okay,
Which is why I twin casted it, so I could get 2 shots.
Oh, okay. Well, because this is important, let's bring up the dice screen. So you should all see.
I'm the only one who doesn't see Malcolm, or
Oh yeah, I can see your screen. I thought you didn't have it on.
Oh, there we go. Forgot to turn it on. So you can see the dice box now, I assume?
I think
Oh,
so.
fire.
Can you
Yep.
take your
Well-
hand into the camera or something?
Take my what, sorry?
He's doing the dice box.
Yeah, dice box. So, it'll
I
make
just see
sense.
something brown though.
It'll make sense in just a sec. So, the Constitution saving throw is 15.
Yep.
And Gareth Gorso's Constitution is flat. So, if you keep an eye on my dice box, what we're looking for here is a 0 to 14 on a d20. So if you watch closely, look, there's a
it's
dice
okay.
bouncing in a dice box.
Ooh.
Oh, damn it.
No,
It's
you're
okay.
kidding.
It's okay. It's okay. He's gonna. So that's 14 in damage. So he'll take half the damage, but then since I twin cast it, he'll have to make another save.
Okay, reset. So once again, 1 to 14 again on a d20. Here it goes.
Mhm.
A 10.
Oh.
No, wait.
Okay.
No, that's an 8. What's that, a 10? That's a 10.
Yeah,
Like
and
an
so he'll
18
take
difference.
8 more damage, and he's frozen.
Okay. So the rhyme's binding ice. He dodges it. What are you doing? What are you doing? No! And he reaches out to smack you with his sword, but at that moment the rhyme's biting ice hits for a second time, and he gets completely stuck in place. So he is just movement of 0, but that's it. What the hell are you doing? Guards! Guards! And Kazri, that was your surprise round. What else do you do? Do you run? Do you do something else? That was your action.
Yeah. Yeah. I will step. Oh, let me pull the map back up. I have it in my mobile screen. Okay, here we go. They're over there. Okay, yeah. Let's move her.
Oh, you can move on your mobile.
Just
I never
kinda-
knew that.
Mhm.
As you walk past, as you run past, however you were getting away from the situation, he will take a swing at you. I don't think you get disadvantage for this. I think it's just a straight roll. It says something nasty. Malcolm, the person, doesn't feel comfortable saying
Like
this.
being nasty.
Yeah, but a not polite word for a female. He says, you. And then he swings his rapier at you, rolling a dirty 20.
That'll do it.
Cuts across your back for 5 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Guards! Guards! Get her! Is that your turn, Kazri?
Yes.
5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next guard comes rushing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Vander, what do you do? This guy's struggling with the ice.
Well, let me just ask, are the guards focused on Kasri or are they looking at Gareth?
This
Where's
one's
their
going for
attention?
Kazri. This one's going for to help Gareth.
Okay. Interesting. Because I was considering, I do wish my initiative had been a little bit higher, at least before the guards. Because if it were, I would just turn into Gareth and try to confuse the guards a little bit. But I don't think that plan's going to work out just as well right now. So I'm going to fake being scared. And I'm going to run.
Make a performance check.
Performance.
Let me see. Gareth says, Casimir, I know you're strong. You're one of the most fittest, healthiest person I know. You shouldn't be afraid. Stay here. Stay by my side.
Didn't he just say that I'm not a fighter and I shouldn't worry about the guards?
If only he was a duplicitous person. Because Casimir the Pure is known for being one of the fittest person in. Not the strongest, but, classic gym bro type of guy. If it was, he'd probably have a podcast selling supplements. He's that type of guy.
I'm just going to look in Garrett and I'm going to say, well, I'm sorry, Garrett, but I don't really want your blood on my hands.
Ice
know-
then! Break the ice!
And I'm going to try to grab the ice and fake trying to break it, not being able to do it.
Okay. Once again, deception
Deception
check.
performance.
I think this deception. Performance is more like a song and dance.
All right.
You're strong, man! Look at your muscles! Break it!
This ice is really thick. I'm just gonna point at this guy over here. Ask one of your goons to do it instead.
This one's already used his action.
And Vanner is going to use his movement to go over here.
He reaches out an arm to try and grab you, but he's already used his reaction slicing at Kazri, but he wants you to stay here, but you slip out of his arm easily enough.
And
Your action was to
I'm just
deceive
going
him.
to shout out for Bone to hear. I'm just going to shout, God, I wish I had someone to protect me right now.
Okay. Another guard rushes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heading to the wharf. Get over here! You, take her down! I don't want her dead. I want her to suffer. Make her suffer! Kazri.
I'm going to do my best here. And I would like to tell the guards that I am being forced to marry against my will and to not turn their blades on me, but on this savage beast who would do such a thing, and point at Gareth.
Mary. Guards pause for just a second. Now you can make. Now there's a persuasion. Make a persuasion check.
21.
They say, as soon as you start paying the bills, lady, you can start bossing it us around. They take no notice.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay.
Was your action to try and persuade them?
I don't think I've got. Let me think. I mean, technically, I guess I could do that. Well, no. How many? No, I don't have any more sorcery points, so I can't do that. Well, okay. Go back to the map.
Oh, I forgot Joy as well. I'm just gonna have her on my shoulder, invisible.
Sure.
Oh,
And roll her into initiative.
there we go. And then I guess that'll be it for me.
Hey, let me just sort out Joy
They're not
here.
gonna listen like birds.
Okay, yeah, they're not going to listen. I mean, they're paid well. Their job is to protect their master, and that is exactly what they're doing. Some of them are going for you, some of them are going for Gareth, but we'll see what happens. Bone. Still invisible, Bone. What do you do?
Well, he's gonna heed the commands of his master. I'm going to dash.
I'm going to say, come back 10 feet, because you have to push through the difficult terrain of the forest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to be that DM, sorry.
Okay.
So, Dash, that's your turn, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Any
No bonus
bonus?
action uses. No.
No rage available?
Nope.
Okay, so rushing forward.
Interesting.
Oops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, that one less. Vander, technically, that's an attack of opportunity from you.
Let's see. So he's moving away from me.
He was here and he kind of moved.
Yeah.
He's going for Kesri. That matches up.
I'm not going to use my reaction to do that just yet. But
Okay.
I will break my disguise soon enough.
Okay. Gareth uses his action to break free of the ice. And it's going to move forward a little bit. Kesri, you'll pay for this, you duplicitous wench!
By the way, Malcolm, I see that Joy rolled an 18.
Sure.
And she has her turn?
Sure, Joy can go now. Yep, sure.
Okay, cool. So, I don't really think I used my action, did I? I just shouted into the woods that I wanted someone to save me.
But you just... no, you remember you used your action to try and convince...
That's fine. I can do that. Joy, at least, is just going to use her turn to... she's still going to stay invisible, though, but she's going to fly close enough to Garrett, I guess.
Okay. So just getting close to him, not buzzing him, just getting close.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Gareth is yelling obscenities at Kesri. This guy's going to come and try and grab you, Kesri. He's going to make a strength check. I'll tell you what he rolls. He's going to roll a 7. You make an athletics or acrobatics to squeeze out of his grip.
That is an 18.
And I think he only has one attack. He only has one attack, so he tries to grab you, but you slip out of it. He's going to do the same. Rush over, try and grab you. Let me know if you want an attack of opportunity, Vander. This time he rolls a 12. Well, a different guard rolls a 12.
21.
Oh my god.
Let's see if she can swim. Throw her off the cliff! Joy.
Oh god. Please don't do that.
So... I think on this turn, Vander is going to forego his action, so Joy can try to attack. Is that fine?
I tell you what, let's just say Joy. Let's give Joy 13, so you guys kind of happen on the same turn. We'll
Yeah,
do it
that's
that
fine.
way.
That's fine.
So Vander
Shouldn't
and
matter
Joy.
Too much. Yeah, so Joy is going to try to sting Garrett with her stinger.
Okay, make an attack roll. At advantage?
I guess that's with advantage, yeah.
Sure.
I'm just gonna
Back
roll it.
into existence. 13.
Ooh, I don't think that's good enough.
He is wearing wedding type garb, sort of dressed like a noble. But you notice he's got a very ceremonial breastplate on, and Joyce tries to stab him, and it just digs into the breastplate but doesn't go through.
Right. Joy is just going to snicker regardless and be like, "Oh, are you having a wedding?"
You associate with demons, Kesri! And she says nasty things that I'm not comfortable saying. Vander!
So, Vander is going to run down here
Okay.
for the tent. He's going to turn around. He's going to look at Garrett. And he's going to... he's going to cast No, he's not, because that requires in concentration that will break Bone's invisibility.
Well, I mean, they know that
Um,
he's here, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
think he still gets an advantage on attack roll,
He
right?
does. He does. He does.
Gotcha,
Regardless.
gotcha.
So I still have 1 second level spell slot left, though.
You don't have an action though, because Joy took your action, right?
That's true. I don't have an action. I have
Yep.
bonus action. Can I do anything with that? I don't think I can. No, I'm out of Bardic Inspirations, so I can't give Castery Bardic Inspiration or Bone.
And you retreat back towards a tent, and I'm assuming that's your turn.
Yeah, I'm just walking closer to the tent and like trying to watch, I guess, watch the things unravel as I try to command Joy to attack Gareth.
A third guard rushes over to be next to Kazri. Doesn't get there in time though, but they're obviously trying to throw you off the cliff, but he doesn't have an action available to that. It took dash to get over there. Kazri, surrounded by 3 of Gareth's goons. What do you do?
That's perfect. I'm gonna cast Rhymes Binding Ice.
On
Nice.
the
That should hit all
guards?
3 of them.
Oh, really? So
I don't have a choice. Like they're surrounding me, and they're his goons, right? They're not like.
It's a cone. You need to move 5 feet to hit the 3 of them.
What was I trying to say? Oh, are they like city guards or Gareth's guards?
Gareth guards.
Okay, that's what I'm worried about. Okay. There we go.
If you swung around
yeah.
to there, you could get all 3. Is that cool? You would take attack of opportunity. Okay.
That
Oh.
works.
Okay.
Wait, maybe you can try to position yourself that you can get this guy as well. That'd be possible.
Let's see if I can move it for you. So
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, on the top.
we're all
Okay.
walking. Yeah, if you swung around to the north side instead, well, go to the cone. If you swing around to there, you could get all 4. I assume that's
Okay.
what you want to do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
With
so
con saves of 50.
15. 1, 2. Oh, that's charisma. Shall I just add 1 to this? I'm going to say the one furthest away from you avoids damage. He dodges out the way, but the 3 closest of you gets bind in ice.
It's 15 points.
Okay. And before you did that, someone takes a swing at their spear, an attack of opportunity, rolling a 21 for 7 points of piercing damage. And how much damage was the Rhymes Binding Ice?
15.
So as the ice whips around these pieces, except for the last one, it will take 7 points of damage. They all turn
Oh my
into
god.
icy statues.
Castery is scary AF.
Sure too.
It's scarier because as they're bound in ice, they try and grasp for air, and the ice goes down their throats, and they choke,
Oh my
and they
god.
move no more. They are dead.
Vander loves that though. That's cool.
Ah, okay. In that case, you'll move a little bit. I'll move 3 spaces to the right. I can't. It's not letting me drag right now.
To the right, towards the cliffs, you mean, or away from the cliffs?
Away from the cliff, so left. Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that was a game changer. A bone.
Yeah, Bone's going to keep rushing forward. He's going to run past this guard. And he's going to Bone slash visible, and he's going to just hold out his bone claw as he's rushing forward, and We'll see. One attack against the guard with advantage. Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Both
What
of
is it?
the
I can't
invisibilities
see.
didn't hit Garrett.
So
That
he's going to
reminds
become
me.
visible.
I did that the other day.
Oh my god.
I can't see. What did he roll?
Double natural
Double
one
ones.
on advantage.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Ilva.
The
That's
legacy
how it
lives
is.
on.
You
Wow.
get a fail sound.
Loved it.
Oh
Love
my
it.
god.
Regardless, he's going to try. He's going to think he's killed the guard, ignoring that he's still alive. Probably just ran past him. Yeah, think he's going to kill him. But he's
Just
going to
before
rush
you
up
do
to
that,
Gareth.
Gareth is going to do
Yeah.
something. He watched Kesri obliterate two of these guards as the ice goes down their throat and they choke and they keel over. He looks around, sees one guard who's already injured from the ice, and he falls to his knees. Okay, mercy, mercy, I have gold! I have money! Don't do this! Kesri, call off your beast!
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. He's not my beast.
Regardless! It's obviously an ally. Tell him to stop! I beg you! I will leave the
Ah.
city! I beg you!
Bone is not going to
No.
kill Gareth, but he's going to
Well.
grab him. So
Yeah, perfect.
he's just going to rush forward and grab him with his big meaty arms and just pig man.
Okay. So this is a opposed athletics check. He
Yep.
rolls an 11, almost a natural 20, but
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god.
So imagine that Bones picked him up by the throat. Would that be cool?
Let's see. By the legs. Yeah, the Avengers, Hulk, Loki's scene. Yeah, just dangling him by his leg, shaking
Roaming
off
around.
his stuff. Yeah.
God.
That's gonna be his turn.
He says, I am a noble! Do not treat me like this! This guard is a one remaining guard. He's going to come over here and give Gareth the help action to try and break his grip. So now Gareth is going to make this at advantage. He's got a flat. He rolls, 11. Bone? I don't think you can fail that.
Nah, can't. 25.
Be down, you brute! Kesri, call him off! That guard's dead. Vander.
Vanner is going to approach. He's going to reach his hand towards the guards. And he's going to cast Chill Touch.
Okay, against the guard? Sure.
Yeah. It seems like Bone is having this under control, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
Chill touch, 19 hits. And for the second time, the ice takes over. The ice goes down his throat and he chokes and he falls over and he's dead. Gareth
And
is...
Vander is just going to approach and he's going to say, "Oh, let my abomination take care of you, Garrett."
I beg you, don't do this! And he's crying. He's trying a really messy cry. Snot's coming out his nose. And I guess dripping down into his hair. And he's just begging for his life. No, don't do this! Don't do this! And
He's just going to say, we won't kill you. You will still live. Don't worry.
I'm going to say at this point, Gareth is powerless. So we're going to drop out of initiative order. And as I said, he is sobbing. He's I beg you. Your father would not want this. We're family. Don't do this.
I'm gonna walk up like directly in front of him. And,
Vander
okay.
wants to turn back to his original form.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'll say, no man, you or otherwise, will have this kind of power over me ever again. And I am going to use my dagger, and I'm going to kill him.
Vanner's just gonna say, Cassidy, do you want to torture him, or do you want someone else to perhaps torture him?
Dagger's already gone, it seems. Yeah, Gareth says, we could have made such beautiful babies together. Blech.
I'm going to turn to Vander and say, you said something about dissolving him.
I did. I think we should check his pockets first, and I'll try my best to rid of the evidence.
Sounds good. I'm going to hand Vander the handwritten vow so Vander can have Garrett's handwriting.
Okay.
And we will pilfer his pockets.
You find 200, including the guards, there's 200 gold pieces. There's a house key to the Dorso Manor. And apart from that, rapiers. Actually, 1 rapier, 4 spears.
Oh, I own a house now. So after we have done that, we've emptied them out. I'm going to ask Vander politely to dispose of these bodies and make sure there's no evidence, and then we will proceed with the next part of our plan.
Vander is just going to give you a big nod. He's going to ask Bone, bringing over here. Let's not destroy this shipwright here.
Or
Yeah. And with his last spell slot, he's going to take a deep breath as he collects all of the gleam inside his mouth. And he's going to coat Garrett's body with his corrupting ichor. And he's going to, no one's going to wipe it off. So he's going to take 1d4 damage, or 2d4 actually, because it's the second level. At each turn, until I guess there's nothing left.
when you're finished, you see Bone just looking at you. And it doesn't seem as vacant. It seems like he's looking at you and seeing you. But then fades. A few seconds later.
Are you okay, Bone? You seemed a little distant there for a second.
Pigman, good.
You and I.
Sorry, as you
Yeah.
cast Corrupting Ichor, Gareth is, needless to say, no longer recognizes as acid dissolves his body. Doesn't completely dissolve his body though, but bits you can see, like some of his organs are exposed, some of his organs have been dissolved. His
God.
legs are merely stumps, his hands are no more so stumps, and his face is just a mess. So it doesn't completely dissolve him. He looks disgusting. No one would recognize this as Gareth. So that's what you're looking to do. That has successfully been done.
Kasri will try to keep her vomit in, and ask Bone to toss everyone over the wharf into the water.
Okay, guys.
Not everyone though.
Not Vander.
Esther and Bone. We can stay here, right?
Yes.
I was gonna look down. Is there sharks in the water?
There is some on the artwork. Make a perception check. Yep. Yep. The sharks go into a bit of a feeding frenzy.
Oh, this is the best day of my life. Okay. I'm going to turn to Vander and say, "Are you ready to get married, my love?"
I was just going to do like something similar to that. So Vander is going to, as you probably have guessed by now, he's going to take the form of Garrett. And he's going to wrap his arm into Cassie's arm as if they're like holding together. He's going to take a deep breath and kind of enjoy the, well, the smell of rotting flesh, I guess, or melting flesh. And he's going to give like Ezra a big smile and be like, well, seems like it turned out exactly how you planned.
Somehow, I'm kind of in awe right now. Okay. Um, yeah, so I gave you his handwriting, so that should no longer be a problem. It is getting pretty late though, so we should go to maybe go to our house and get some rest. We can get married tomorrow.
That sounds like a splendid idea.
And then we can get some money.
Okay, so cool. So we're gonna have a break there. Just have to get my dad some lunch, so it'll be like maybe 10 minutes just to get that organized. But then we'll come back and we'll pause for a little bit on Kazri because our attention is going to fall on Adai for some stuff. I won't say what it is. But Adai,
Absolutely.
I know you weren't involved in that whole shenanigans, but we'll have something for you when I come back. Okay, see you guys in a bit.
All right, see you.
Yeah.
I'm in awe right now.
Okay, so welcome back. Now, as I said before, we're going to switch our attention to Adai for just a second. In a second, rather. But before we do that, we're going to rewind time just a little bit. And we're going to rewind time to the point where Gareth was killed by Khazri, and Vander was preparing to dissolve Gareth. So, Vander, you wanted to retrospectively do something? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I feel like it's somewhat fitting for the situation, so I kind of want to like, well, basically there's a little secret that Vander has been keeping.
Wait, 1 second. 1 second. Do you want to do this in private voice channel? So if you want to...
Actually, yeah, I think that would
do
be
this
cool.
with Khazri, so... Why don't
And
you...
Bone as well.
And Bone? Okay, so Bone
Yeah,
and
he's there as
Khazri, if you could go to voice channel 2, that would be good. Okay, so to see you guys over in voice channel 2. Oh, I wasn't there. Okay, so what would you like to do, Vander?
All right, so as after Khazri has killed Gareth, Vander is going to ask Bone to put him into position before being melted. But before Vander is spitting on Garrett's dead body, he's going to take out a knife and he's going to cut off a piece of flesh from Garrett's body. And he's going to lift it gently up to his face, inspecting it. And then he's going to take out his tongue. He's going to lick the blood dripping from the flesh. And he's going to take it into his mouth and he's going to eat it.
No. Why?
And he's just gonna chew it and he's gonna say, he actually tastes kind of good. And he's gonna give Khazri a little bit of a cheeky smile.
God.
Wait for Khazri to finish her conversation with her real world one. I imagine she's got a reaction at this point.
Yeah, so that's disgusting, first of all. But to each their own, you know, like I can't really judge you. I did just kill a man. So as long as you don't do that to me, I think I'm fine. I think I'm okay with this.
Oh, don't worry, Khazri. I wouldn't do that to either one of you. But it must be said, I do require flesh from time to time, or my power starts to fade away. So,
Does it have to be people?
excuse me?
Does it have to be people?
Preferably people, yes.
Well, preference is one thing, but like, does it have to be people?
I could substitute it with like small rodents and animals, but to be
Okay.
perfectly honest with you, Khazri, I prefer the taste of human flesh.
Well, in the event that you know we're fresh out, it's good to know that a rabbit will do.
Of course. I would, of course, eat a rabbit before losing my powers, but if I had the choice between killing someone and, well, consuming them, I would rather do that.
Okay, well, are you going to kill us?
No, of course not. There's plenty of other people to eat instead.
Okay. I'm just saying, in the event of an emergency.
No, you guys are way more useful to me than you probably think yourself. I mean, look at this thing you've orchestrated. This is beautiful, Khazri.
Yeah, I've made you a very rich man.
You certainly have.
Yeah, so you're welcome for that. And I'll appreciate it if you don't eat me.
Of course.
I'm gonna look at Bone for a second, just be like, are you doing okay? Like you've looked a little off lately.
You want to do this in the other chat?
Yeah. Poor old Ed
Sure,
Eye.
yeah, good point.
I don't want to leave Ed Eye out of everything.
Hey, we're back, Ed Eye. And as I said, we're going to focus on you in just a second. But, yeah, as you were. Carry on, guys.
Yeah, I'm just asking Bone, like, if he's feeling all right.
Oh. Good. Hmm.
Okay, I mean, as long as you're good, we should. I'm gonna ask Vander. I'm not gonna like. Yeah. Okay. I suppose we should probably go find Adai though, because though he wouldn't have approved of what just happened, he is still our friend. We should, at least let him know that we have a house to stay at now.
Do you think he will have any problems staying at the Gorson mansion, though?
Maybe not. I mean, he doesn't know what happened. I can try to say that I convinced Gareth to go back home to where the Gurgles are. Maybe. Or I can tell him the truth and just say, you know what, it came to blows. He's dead.
Maybe you can try to fish out some information about if he would approve to something like this.
Oh, that's a good idea. I could be like, oh, it'd be so much easier if Gareth was dead and not in my life. Wouldn't that be awesome, Adai? Adai, would you do that? No, I think realistically, I'm going to be honest and just say, you know, he caught me. It came to blows. Thankfully, Vander and Bone were there to protect me. Very damsel in distress. It doesn't have to be known that this was premeditated. I'll frame it as you two guys. You guys were the heroes.
Vander, if you are talking about this openly with Vander, it's going to be like, but what about this identity stealing, though? I have a feeling that I would oppose to that. It's against the law, after all.
It is, and we could talk about it with him, or now that once we do get married, I don't need you to go get money.
That's true.
I can go get the money.
So if we agree to tell Adai after you've married Gareth, how about that?
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay. So, the Lucky Leap Tavern for now is the place where you guys have met up. So I assume you guys go to the Lucky Leap Tavern?
Yeah, because otherwise Adai's not going to know where we are.
Okay. Speaking of the Lucky Leap Tavern, Adai, Sergio, you want to unmute yourself? There we go.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I guess thank you for your patience. There was a lot of stuff that didn't directly involve you, but something that does directly involve you is the tavern you're in at the moment. Whoops. There is, as I said, the inside of the Lucky Leap Tavern, it's quite sparse. There's Richio Tane, this guy. Yeah, where is he going? Lost him. Oh, there he is. So remember this guy here? Actually, I hadn't shown this art before. Mauricio Tane is the proprietor of the Lucky Leap Tavern, and he's there with a couple of his bar hands, and the place is deserted apart from you. And he gets you a... what are you drinking, Governor? What can I get for you?
Didn't you hear what happened?
What's that, sorry?
Didn't you hear what happened?
Oh, I did hear what happened, and if there's ever a time for a drink, it's right now. What can I get for you?
Yeah. A big beer, please.
Big beer, absolutely. And tell you what, not sure what to say. I guess the king is dead. Long live the queen. This one's on the house, friend.
Thank you. Have you seen the big guy and the other two that come with me quite often here?
Oh, the big guy who doesn't talk very much.
Yeah, and the others. This young lady and the Elvis man.
Nope. But this seems like your local watering hole, so I think they'll be there soon. Here soon. You had thoughts on what happened? I mean, I hope Queen Athena lives a long and prosperous life. I'm sure her rule will be fantastic. Make an insight check. And I?
Independently what I roll, I don't believe it, but let's see, 23, I guess, helps.
Yeah, he is absolutely lying through his teeth. But he knows that there are people around here who would swear loyalty to the Queen. And this
We
is
are alone, no? You say this is empty.
He gives you a quick wink of the eye like Gandalf did in The Lord of the Rings. Just enough to know you is thinking. So let's toast the Queen, shall we? Long live the Queen. Oh, the
Long
Queen to
live
be.
the
Long
Queen.
live the Queen.
Long live the Queen.
Well, that was pretty dramatic. What did you make of that whole thing with the Queen coming back, Queen Elisa?
Did you hear rumors before about the king and the queen? I mean, you're a man who, knows what other people do in their weak moments, let's say. You hear about him going out with other women when he was married with the other queen?
Listen, hey, the Lucky Leap Tavern is my retirement plan. I was an adventurer, and now this is what I do. And the Lucky Leap Tavern isn't the most noble of establishments. There are far fancier taverns around here than the Lucky Leap Tavern. But saying that, we get people in. Sometimes they drink a little too much. Sometimes their tongues get a little bit loose, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if you're asking about the king's intermarital affairs, Governor, well, I can say that when he was married to Queen Elisa, he did, shall we say, sire the odd bastard or two. So there are some people out there, sons of the king. But I don't know, maybe they've been paid off, maybe they've been killed, maybe they don't know. But ever since he's married old Queen Laurencia, he's kind of stopped short. And in fact, Queen Laurencia was around when he was married to Queen Elisa. And let's just say that his attention waned on the Queen and he doted more on Queen Laurencia. And I guess that's technically, sleeping around, but by that time the Queen was so sick I don't think she really cared. But ever since he's had this relationship with Queen Laurencia, let's just say the soldier has remained in the barracks.
And maybe speaking about the current affairs, and of course, don't leave the Queen. And I tossed again with him. Do you hear anything about the son? Rumors about his death, or before his death, whether he was worried about his father?
Well,
maybe his guardman or came here and talked a little bit too much.
Well, Prince Krasnor, I mean, he was close to his mother, and he was devastated when she died. I mean, it's his mother, right? What are you gonna do? Didn't really get along with the new queen. I mean, it's his stepmother now. That's always a complicated situation. But I don't know. I mean, the common story is, the queen got taken. The king and prince, her stepson, went to rescue him, along with Lord Signmunder, and only the king came back. Prince did not return. You know, I've talked to Lord Signmunder, saying, come on, governor, what really happened? You can tell me. Wouldn't say a thing. Something about an oath of secrecy. And Lord Signmunder, I mean, I love the man. He's done great for the city. And if he won't tell. It's like a closed book. I mean, his honor is his everything. And telling exactly what happened, he's not talking.
What do I know about Ricio before he was owning this tavern? I mean, you said he was an adventurer. Do I know anything about his stories from the past?
I'll make a history check.
Damn it.
Yeah, just what everybody else knows, that he was an adventurer, quite a successful adventurer. You've heard like some people, throwing fists at him and he's taking them down in an instant, so he's a man of some skill. But that's common knowledge. He's an old adventurer and you don't mess with him.
I feel, Ricio, that strange times are coming ahead of us. When a king is dead, things usually don't stop there. New people
changed. I mean,
yeah.
the king has done wonders for the kingdom. I mean, we're at peace. There have been the odd skirmishes, but the citizens have a good quality of life. We have a well-established royal guard to keep the place safe. This is very much a golden age for the city. And I'm sure that our new queen will continue his legacy. Long live the queen.
Long live the queen. Well, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm glad to talk with you. Hope we can have more conversations, and if you hear something, maybe we can enjoy another beer together in the future.
Of course, Governor. I mean, that ragtag group that you've hung around with, I've grown to grow fond of you. So, yeah. Oh, you know where I'll be.
Don't leave the queen, and I leave a generous tip.
I was on the house, friend, but tips are always appreciated.
For the workers, I know that probably you made enough in your young age not to need it, but an establishment is an establishment.
He passes it over to the two waitresses who have remained behind. And you sit and you wait.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually a figure comes in. You recognize this figure. He is dressed in noble clothes, even finer than yours, that you usually wear. I understand that you're wearing rags. And your father, Marcus Caramosa, sits in front of you. Adai. You never were good at hide and seek.
That's true, Father. That's true.
Let's just say, when you have your fingers in as many pies as I do, not many things escape my attention.
Do you want a beer or a wine, Father?
Get me a wine, boy.
I asked one of the waiters, not the owner, but one of the waiters for a beer for me and a wine for my father.
A bottle of your finest, please. And she brings out, that's 50 gold pieces. Just bring it, girl. And she stutters for a bit. I mean, your father is just oozes confidence, and he oozes people. He's used to people doing what he says. And he says, "So, boy, that was quite the scene, wasn't it, at the games?"
It was. I was shocked to see the king dead. Seems like yesterday, the last time the last time I talked with him.
Well, yes, well, we had that meeting with him, with the princess, and the king is dead. Long live the queen.
Long live the queen.
Now, now, boy, what are you wearing?
My clothes got dirty.
So have someone clean them. Get a new set.
I feel comfortable with these clothes at the moment. It fits the place.
Comfortable, boy? Your status is your everything. If you dress like a commoner, people are going to treat you like a commoner.
This is the only thing that worries you, father? Did you come here only to say me that?
Listen, boy. With all that education that I paid for you, all the money I poured into you into the game of politics, I know that you know, boy, things are going to change around here. Queen Athena is going to rule differently to the former king. You do know that, don't you, boy?
I know, and I imagined when I saw you that this is why you wanted to talk with me. I just wanted you to say it.
Well, boy, change is in the air. Now, when change is in the air, politics are afoot. I know that you have spent time with Princess Athena, have you not?
Enough time to know which type of queen she will be.
By that you mean a powerful queen?
Yes.
The ability to make laws, make decrees on her whim? And the precious... Tell me you've given up on this idea of red cloaks, boy.
I take a sip from my beer. Say what you came to say.
Can't you answer me this simple question first, boy? Tell me you've given up on this red cloaks nonsense. It's a yes or no. You don't need to explain yourself to me.
The red cloth is an idea, father. It's more than the clothes that you wear or don't. I didn't give up to that.
Well, boy, it seems the god I've invested in you has worked off. You know how to play the game. Yes or no's are so simplistic. As I was saying, boy, this is a time of political change. The king is dead. The unwed princess is not. I need you to go to the royal palace right now, drop to one knee, and propose to the princess.
I take a sip from my beer. I lean forward and I say, and I look to his eyes and say, "I'm ashamed of you.
Shame?
The only thing, shut up, father. The only thing that you have done this life was married my mother. You were a no one. Could not follow the steps of grandfather, and you have been a horrible father all this time. I tried to love you. I really tried. But the only thing that matters to you is to climb and climb and climb, because you could not achieve anything else but by others. I'm not going to be another step on your ladder. The queen is a fucking bitch.
That's Malcolm laughing.
And I mean, her farts, I mean, You actually smell worse than her faults, in the sense that coming here, trying to crush my dreams, just to get one step more. You could divorce my mother and try to marry her. You could be the king.
You finished your little monologue, boy?
For the moment, yes. But I'm feeling refreshing.
I'm glad you got that off your chest. Just to be clear, I am not divorcing your mother, Amarai. We are going to be together in this. You're right, I am using you as a step on the ladder. But it is the last step we need as a family. We have gold, we have riches, and we have influence. The only thing above us now is to take this chance to seize the throne. And if you think, I mean, I don't think, but if you think the Queen is, quote, a fucking bitch, unquote, and she's going to be not good for this kingdom, then what better possible way than for you to be at her side and temper her rage?
Why, I start clapping. Why, you are a really good charlatan, father. Now showing some concern about my own concerns. That's amazing. This is, you really learned the game.
I
You
mastered
really
the game.
did.
Mastered the game.
Yes, you did.
years
You
ago,
probably
boy.
wrote all the books that have to be written. You're really good at this. You have more children. I think, it's sad to say that, but one of my brothers probably could do that.
Well, they
I'm not
could,
interested.
but you have. Well, I've played this game enough times to know that you're not going to marry the Queen. There are consequences for refusing such a wonderful proposal. Consequences for what you are effectively doing, which is turning your back on the family, boy. You understand that, don't you, boy?
Don't you see me, father? I came prepared. And I look down to my clothes.
Oh. Adai, Caramosa, you are excommunicated from the family. You are Caramosa no more. Word will get out that you've turned your back. You are no more. Farewell, boy. And he gets up and leaves.
When he starts walking, I say, I might not be Caramosa, but I'm still Tiago. This is the sermon of my grandfather.
And he turns around to Risiotane. I'm sorry, did you hear something? Heard a weak, whimpering dog, nothing more. And he slams the door of the Lucky Leap Tavern and leaves.
And I stayed there in silence with my beer.
And eventually, after you've contemplated what effectively means you're a Caramosa no longer, any influence you have is gone, any free access to the High District, for example, will be closed to you. For all purposes, you're a commoner now. It might be a good thing for Adai, might be a bad thing for Adai. But as you contemplate these things, Bone, Vander, and Kazri and Kracian, I guess, all enter the Lucky Leap Tavern.
Yeah, it seems like Kayla can't be playing anymore tonight, though.
Vander is gonna Bone is gonna see Adai where he sits and he's going to stomp over. Friend.
Hey,
Sits
Vaughn,
down.
how are you? I could not find you in the crowd. Are you fine? Did you manage to?
Bonehold pigman. Dangle. Seems like a strange form of laughter.
I saw you in the arena. You did really well. Yeah, you fought really well. Unfortunately, I could not reach you to acknowledge your feats due to this. Have you seen this assassination of the king?
Growls affirmingly. Doesn't really have a reply for it, just grunting. And he's going to say, don't fight, Angel Man. Strong, glowy.
Yes, he was really strong. I wonder.
Similar bone.
As strong as you?
Glowy.
Yes, he grew. You did your best, but you were not prepared to fight a spirit from the dead.
Thank you, friend.
But you got many presents. You got a kitty.
Kitty is going to bring up his golden lion, kind of caressing it, studying it. He seems a bit fascinated with it. And then he sets it aside very carefully, curiously, and is going to bring out the helm he has in his pouch. Now, I don't remember how many gems it had. Do I roll for it, or did you set an amount?
I think it was assigned.
It was assigned. I'll get it for you in just a second.
Yeah.
Type. Okay. 3 opals and 2 rubies.
Let's see. 3 opals, 3 rubies. And I guess you could buy 2 rubies. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you could buy other gems and set them into the helmets if you find them. If there are specific ones. Or buy one. Buy some from a jewelry store.
You can certainly try.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bone is going to look at the helmet and go, shiny. Looks at you. Looks at the helmet. Bone, give a gift, Adai friend. It's going to give you the helm of brilliance.
But I cannot take it, Von. This is yours. You earned it.
Not like big head.
Okay, I understand. Yes. Well, I can carry it, and if you change your mind, I can give you back. Would that be okay?
Not nods, but he grunts affirmingly.
I actually was thinking of a present for you, but I think actually with the helmet this could actually help. And I'm gonna take a piece of my cloth and I'm gonna rub it into one of the sides of the helmet to make it more reflectant.
It's pretty reflectant to start with. I mean,
okay, and
it's been kept in good condition, and it sparkles even without the gems.
I put it in front of Bond so that he can see himself. And I say, Bond, the other day you asked me whether I'm your master also, in addition of vendor. I want you to see who's your master. You are your master.
Bone master? Of master?
Yes, we are all friends, but you are your own master.
He seems confused.
It means, Bond, that you can have your own ideas and decisions. You can always ask for help. But you can also try yourself.
Bone. Give order, Bone.
Yes. You can always ask if you're not sure. It takes time to learn, but why not?
Good.
For example, do you want a beer?
He looks at himself confused and he points at his own reflection. Bone, drink beer.
Exactly. Let's have a beer. Good idea.
He seems a bit... He's turning his body, looking around for a mug of beer.
I get a run of drinks for everyone. Guys, I think we have, I don't know, maybe a celebration. Or why not a celebration?
What do you want to celebrate, Adai? It doesn't sound like the evening to celebrate anything.
It's
Of
true.
course, Vander would love to celebrate something, though, but he's not.
Well, we have to, of course, celebrate, long live the Queen.
The new queen or the old queen?
Well, we can talk about that in a moment, but I just want to say that you probably cannot count on me anymore to get into the royal district.
How so?
Well, c'est la vie.
What do you mean, Adai?
It means that you should get used to these clothes that I'm wearing.
Are you wearing something different now from before, by the way?
Yes, I was wearing pretty good clothes before, and now wearing normal commoner clothes.
I should get used to the new clothes you're wearing. Okay. Vander's still gonna look very confused, perplexed by the things you're saying. And he's going and
It's okay, it's a long story. But I think it means that I will spend more time with you guys.
well, I wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest. And that might sound weird coming from me, but I do like a little bit of dramatics during my day. And you're the kind of guy that gets my blood running. And to be honest, I kind of like that. I don't know if you agree with it, of course.
Well, if you thought I brought dramatics, wait until I tell you a story. Are we? So we are in the corner table. Is there any way that we can talk more or less privately here, or in another place in the tavern?
I put a note in the chat. All these NPCs that are around, just ignore them. They're not really there, but I don't want to delete them, then have to put them back on again.
Sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah. Okay, so we can chat more or less privately.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to tell you a story, and you tell me whether this is interesting for you or not. Did you hear that long time ago the king was married, but his wife got sick? Unfortunately, he died. More or less at the same time, the king was, let's say, dating another woman who is now the queen, who somehow disappeared, got kidnapped, and during the rescue, the previous son of the king died. In strange circumstances, let's say. We move forward until today, and then we all saw what happened. The spirit of the former queen came back and killed the king and accused him of killing his own blood. I think the queen, the current one, is somehow behind of what's happening. To maybe trick the king long time ago and slowly plan to her blood to be leading this kingdom.
So, if I understand this correctly, Vander is just going to point at you, Adai, and he's going to send a message to get this like completely silent from everyone else. Are you saying that Princess Apina is a bastard child with no rights to the throne?
No, I think she's the right person to the throne, but her mother made everyone who was rightful heir to the throne disappear one by one.
And where have you heard about this information? Is that something that everyone in the noble circles of the city knows?
There were pieces here and there, but now with the Queen Elisa coming back from death and doing that, it's just a theory, but there is one person who may know the truth. Lord Simonmonger was there when the king went to rescue Queen Elisa, possibly from the Fair Realm, the day that the princess died. He never talked about it to anyone. Maybe he changed his mind now. I'm worried that if I'm right, he is the last piece that needs to disappear for the current queen and for her amazing daughter to get into power.
Is that something you wish to happen, though, Adai? For Munder to disappear from the face of the earth and Apina to take the throne and claim to power?
I want to do what is right. I want to get into what happened. Get into Lord Simonmonger and figure out what happened that night during the rescue. Hopefully, to find that Athena and her mother were plotting, and this is just a dream, that they are not getting into power. Because otherwise, I think the only place for me in this new war is prison or exile. Vendor,
So,
do you think you broke many laws? Well, I feel that I'm about to break more.
Vander's just going to like look at you a little bit curious, as if you were joking. He's going to try to see. Actually, he wants to try to do an insight check. Is that fine? To see, like,
Yeah.
Are you really joking, or is this some kind of? Are you being serious about it? Insight isn't really Vander's strongest suit. So I would say he probably doesn't know. He's gonna be a little bit suspicious to you.
I guess you could probably not tell because I'm also in shock with the situation, so it's difficult to tell whether I'm truthful or not.
Either way, Vander's just going to say, well, I love to hear that kind of things, Adai. Of course, we don't just go around and breaking every law we come across, but tweaking certain situations here and there in the beneficial to us. I'm not going to argue against that.
Something tells me that new rules are going to be implemented soon. Rules to make this situation tighter and tighter. I don't know how longer Lone Simonmonger will live, if I'm right. But I think it would be a good idea to visit him as soon as possible.
Is this something you want to do urgently as of this moment, or is this something you think can wait until morning?
Well, we all had a long day, and I actually have no spells, I believe. Nothing. This is the day we fought. We have the. Let me see my character sheet. Yeah, we spent all the spells. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm out as well.
Not all, but most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, only have
Okay.
my warlock left.
A long day with the King's Game, the Battle of the Champion, the wedding. So I'd be surprised if you weren't spent.
We can take the risk of going tonight, but I suggest to go tomorrow morning, the first thing.
Okay. Well, we can say you rest up for the night. I'm going to assume that Kesri says that maybe you can re-establish your base of operations to Gorso Manor. And she has the keys, and I'll assume you guys go to Gorso Manor. Feel free to take a long rest, and morning breaks.
While we are there, I ask Kershi, how did you manage to...
Well, that's a long story.
she's not here anymore. Okay, she left.
No.
Yeah, she had to go.
Okay, I will ask her. I will ask her next game. No, it's okay.
Well, she's
I didn't realize she
next
left.
week.
Sorry.
She had an actual wedding next week, her sister's. But the week after that, we can delve more into Kesri's plan. Okay, and as you wake up, by the way, you notice that the town is obviously in mourning, and the various flags around the city are all at half-mast. People are all dressed in black out of respect to the fallen king. So, yeah, things are a bit of a downer in the city. But you wake up, you're long rested. What would you like to do?
So, should we take your heed, Adai, and go wizard Lord Munder?
I think it would be a good idea. But before we go there, I mean, are you with me on that? Let's say things are going to change otherwise a lot in this city. We have a chance to make things right. Not sure how much we can profit, to be honest, vendor. But
well,
we can. You can be sure that things are going to get worse and worse if Athena and her mother gets into power, and my theory is right.
You do know me by now, Adai, and I guess it's of course no secret that I would like to gain some leverage in every kind of situation. And with something like this happening, and with someone like Lord Munder being involved, perhaps I could squeeze the situation in my favor, one way or the other. But I don't really want chaos. I want order, but I want myself to be in control of that order, if that makes sense.
Well, if order is what you want, that's definitely where we are going. I can tell you one thing. Right or wrong on my theory, chaos is coming to the city.
And chaos is unpredictable, and it's hard to control into the situation that I would like it to be turned into. So I would rather it stay somewhat controlled, though.
Okay. And Bon, do you want to join us?
Bone, follow. Mander, I. So yeah, it says it's going to follow you.
Okay.
So off to the Monder estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember to add your Helm of Brilliance on it.
Okay, so there's Gorso Manor 39, which is going to be your base of operations, it seems. Pass over the King's Bridge, past the Royal Palace, past the Queen's Bridge, and over to where is it? It's 89. 89, yep. To Monder Estate. You knock on the door, the servants come, and apparently Lord Monder wanted to talk to you anyway. So he welcomes you in, and he says, brothers, sisters, to what do I owe this honor?
Can we go in? There's something we wanted to talk with you.
Something I wish to talk to you as well, brother. So come with me. We'll go to my private dining chamber. We'll have as much privacy that can be expected. It takes you over to
one
a
thing
secluded side
I
of the
forgot to
mansion.
mention, before we arrived there, I wanted to cast Detect Magic and be concentrated on it.
Okay. Well, you do detect some magical things. On Lord Sign. Whoops. Spell. Yeah.
A spell.
I assume you cast it outside, right? And as you're
Yeah. So before we arrive, I will cast
it.
It takes it lasts 10 minutes, so I mean like 1 minute before or something like that.
Sure. So there are various magical items around his estate, like more minor kind of things, just simple things. The most obvious things is he wears a large maul across his back. The maul is magical, and his shield is giving off magic as well. So
a maul.
Maul, you're like a big sledgehammer almost.
Sledgehammer. Okay. Okay. A maul, yeah, sorry.
Like a
I understood
hammer.
a maul. I thought you meant literally
a magical mole.
It's like, what?
It's actually a miniature giant space hamster is what it is.
No, like actually the thing in the animal, I thought like the skin, like melanocyte mole.
Mole, a big hammer on his back. So it would be cool to have a magical mole, Ellie. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So you're in
okay. I will keep an eye. Basically, I'm curious. I'm not interested so much on whether he has magical items. I'm more interested in whether there is magic. Trying to see where we are.
Sure. Well, I'll say you know enough about magic that there's a spell called Scrying, and if Scrying there's an invisible eye that would watch you, you don't see anything like that. So you're pretty sure that unless Lord Signmonder has other means of listening in surreptitiously, you do have a private space to talk. So, brother, what is it you wanted to talk about?
Well, maybe first, since this is your house and you say you wanted to talk with us, maybe you can start. Oh, you're the highest rank.
I've pledged my honor over the years, and has always pledged to the ideals of the city. I have not pledged my honor to the king, though I feel I have failed my king. I had failed to save him, and he was assassinated, it seems. That'll be my internal shame with which I will have to live with. But regardless, I have pledged my allegiance to the city, not to any king or ruler. And let me be perfectly frank. I shall not be bending the knee to Queen Athena.
What do you know of what happened that day, the day that the princess died?
Well, I can tell you what I am honor-bound that I can share, but I'll need a couple of favors from you first.
Tell me.
Brothers, sister, there is a funeral in the not-too-distant future. I will require you to be there at the funeral. I do not know what will happen. And for the love of the gods, there was a queen in demonic form. Something foul is in the air. And I think, I don't know, but I think it might be related to the events at Old Grinder. You see, a demon was there, and a demon had been summoned previously. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I'm going to guess that the first demon that was summoned was in fact the demonic form of Queen Elisa. It's all connected. It's just a hunch, but that's what I think. But foul deeds are afoot regardless, brothers, sisters. So I will cry you both at the funeral and at the coronation. Now, I'll have royal guards at both events, but shall we say it would have been useful if someone was free to act more independently. I mean, if something goes wrong at the funeral or the coronation, I'll be honor bound to protect the queen as best I can. So if you're more floating agents, if you take my meaning, if you could do me the favor of being both at the coronation and at the funeral, then I'll tell you what I know.
Okay, but maybe these are dangerous times. Is there anyone else who knows what you know?
Just a sec, just gonna check my history just a little bit. Well,
What?
there are 4 of us. Well, let me tell you the story. Assuming you'll be at the coronation and the funeral. And I'll tell you what. I can tell you're upset by this. I tell the kingdom is upset, but no one is brave enough to talk, and I cannot blame them. But if protection is what you need, influence is what you need, then take this small donation. Maybe it'll help ease the past in the future. And it offers you 500 gold pieces each.
Each.
Wow.
Each slides it over.
Ooh.
Now, I'm not saying honor is something to be bought, but I'm assuming this is a show of what I think of you. Whether you like it or not, you are involved. As I said, I'm not sure I know for sure, but I think the queen was summoned at Old Grinder. But we shall see. Now, what I would tell you is what's publicly known of the version, as told by King Waldron many times at the court. Now, there is myself and Master Eden. EYdan. Master Eden. And we went... So, 15 years ago, what we learned was a satyr lord, King Dasmag. Just write it out in case you want to take notes. King Dasmag, the ruler of the Fey Realm, well, a part of the Fey Realm anyway. He kidnapped Queen Laurentia, took her from her bed and disappeared into the Fey Realm. This was 15 years ago. Now, King Wardren organized the rescue mission that included himself, his firstborn son Prince Krasner, a high-ranking priest of the Temple of Knowledge named Father Lesthor, and the former Archmage of the Arcane Tower, namely Master Eden himself. Now, I do not remember. I wish I could. I do not remember how we crossed into the Fey Realm that day. But we did. But all I recall is there was a strange tree with eyes. A tree with... I wish I could give you more detail than that, but that's all I remember. A strange tree with eyes. Now, what I remember now, it was like a very vivid dream. Things were fuzzy around the edges, I guess you could say. And the memories that I've been holding on to have faded over the years. But I can tell you what I can remember. While we were in the Fey Realm, King Waldron defeated King Desmag in a duel. The Satyr Lord was fascinated by Waldron's demeanor and combat prowess and returned Queen Lyrencia. The Satyr King, King Desmig, was not in fact killed, merely bested in a one-on-one combat. The two haughty kings, King Desmag and King Wardrod, sympathized with each other and celebrated their newfound allegiance with a feast at the Satyr Lord's courts. King Desmag blessed the cloud of Aglorian with a blessing of plenty to make up with the trouble he caused. So, from great tragedy came a great alliance between King Desmag, sorry I spelled that wrong, between King Desmag and King Waldron Azanar. But then something bad happened. On the way back, Prince Krasner and Father Lester were swallowed by a quicksand-like area of the swamp and died. And we were returned down the father and the prince. And that is all I am honor bound to tell.
Okay. I'll wait in silence for a moment.
Everybody, I'm sure you're probably maybe dying to anyway. Make an insight check. Oh, look at you guys. Yeah, you all come to the
We never do that, but that's okay.
You notice that when Lord Signmonder was telling the last part of the story about how Prince Krasnar and Father Lester were swallowed by quicksand, you know that this piece of information is not true. You believe the rest of the story, but you don't believe the last bit that they died in quicksand.
We will be in the coronation and in the funeral, but one is good to get around. Do I know whether he can give me passage to the royal court? Like a document or something?
I wish I could, but I could not. Needless to say, the security around the palace, the protection of the queen and the princess is utmost paramount. It's effectively closed down. So
Into the district, at least to the noble district?
You're in the noble district now. I assume your friend there, Kazri, can vouch for you.
True. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't ask him about that.
Sailor Monder.
Yes.
Would these I kind of forgot the names of them, to be honest, but Banner probably didn't. The people that died in the quicksand, do you think that's true? Do you think they would have some other motives to not be discovered? Krasnar and Lester?
That's just literally what I told you, lad. You think I'm lying to you?
I'm just thinking out loud, to be honest.
Told you they died in quicksand. There's a tragic way to do. I still remember them crying out for help, but I was powerless to assist.
Oh yeah, he was there himself and saw it. Or that's at least his sources, right? Yeah, okay. Then I'm probably not going to... if he said that, I'm going to say, oh, I see. I understand. Thank you. I just need to be completely sure. But if you saw it with your own eyes, I trust you, Lord Monder.
I did see it with my own eyes. And just for a moment, his eyes looked down. And at that point, you know that he's not telling the truth, but he's sticking to his story.
Hmm.
Okay, old friend, you should take care of yourself.
And I will make no doubts about that. Well, we do things pretty quickly here. Funeral arrangements have already been made. The funeral will be the funeral will be this evening at dusk. I expect you to be present at the royal palace beforehand.
Of course.
Okay.
I assume it won't be open to the public, or will it?
We will. There will be a royal procession. We will take the kings, like around the short road, Skeleton Road, around the Old Man's Road, doing a tour of the area before we will return to the palace, where the kings have been buried in the past. At that point, I imagine there'll be a massive public outside, but there's only so much room inside of the funeral. So nobles, people of note will be there, but let's just say the common folk will wait outside.
Well, I'm sure it's going to attract a lot of attention, so I would stay on my guard regardless.
I'd expect nothing less.
We will be there, don't worry.
All right, well, I've got to make arrangements. Thank you for rescuing my horse again. I'll be using it to lead the parade of the king. All right, I'll bid you good day for now, and I will see you at the royal palace come
See you
morning.
there.
Okay, so you
Of
leave
course.
back on the streets of Aglarion. Oh, sorry, Odenbeer. You have a day to spare. What would you like to do? Well, yeah, before evening with the funeral will happen. And you can tell the
Bone is going
entire
to-
city is in a state of mourning, as I said. Flags at half-mast, people are wearing black. You can tell people are concerned that what happened, needs to say a demon queen killing her former husband is messed up. So there's a lot of whispering. A lot of people are worried about what's going to happen next. And sorry, Bone, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, Bone is going to look at this new big pouch of money. So, jingle it a bit and make noises, and he's going to, without saying anything, he's going to just head for the Temple of Life.
Sure.
When I see him going, Bon, I feel that you probably want to donate some money, but maybe you want to spend something on yourself first.
Bone help.
Can help many, also helping yourself.
Bone.
I think we should listen to Adai Bone. For once, I agree with Adai. Those coins would probably help you helping the Temple of Life. Don't you agree, Bone?
Bone help. He seems really adamant about this, and he's just ignoring you.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
a spring in his step.
Okay, then if I feel that you are really convinced into that, I will not stop you.
Vandrew will look a little bit irritated, but he will also smirk a little bit because this is interesting.
Okay, so assuming you're all going along with Bone, not stopping Bone, but going along for the journey. Okay.
I guess I have a feeling where he's going if he's going to the Temple of Life. And since Vander is banned from going into that area, he's going to disguise himself. So
Okay. Okay. Just a sec. Okay. So you return back to the Temple of Lifebone, which you seem to be known there. People called you by a strange name, not Bone. But you see your old friend there, Ottmar Honormail, and he's doing what he does. He's helping run the Temple of Life. He's helping feed the poor, and is asking for no money in return.
Bone is going to go around to, I suppose, I would say random people, but obviously random people who look like they are in need of assistance, or at least they have bad clothes, beggars' clothes. They don't look like they have much. He's going to go around and give them 400 gold.
Right, individually to the people or to Ottmar? You're just
I'm
handing out
going to
gold.
give Otmer 100.
Oh, well, thank you. Very, very much appreciated. That'll go far in the feeding. I don't know if you come across this money before, but thank you.
Bone help, short man, jingle. Otmer help Bone, Bone help Otmer.
It is only fair. I feel I need to ask you this. Is somewhere Evgi. Does that name mean anything to you? Evgi. I knew you as Evgi, but you're not. You're different. Tell me, is there Evgi in there somewhere?
And he's going to have a huge headache. So he's going to groan painful noises. And he's going to say, it hurts. Otmer,
It's okay,
so
Evgi.
I can't keep control for long. Some part of me is just, well, I've become something I don't like.
Look, Evgi, I know you're in there somewhere. I'm sorry it's so painful.
And he's going to shake himself off. He's going to stumble into a wall. Bones. That's my
It's okay. It's okay. It's too much. I apologize. It's too much. You're comfortable with bone.
Affirmingly, negatively, not sure.
Okay.
Just make noises.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll stick with the bone. Thank you for this 100 gold pieces. We could feed many with this.
Bone help.
Yes, Bone, you have helped. Thank you.
He leaves. Probably. I guess if he notices someone who is in need of medical aid, he's going to do the same thing he did as his first time here as Bone. He's going to wander up, not caring if he's too intimidating, touch them, hold them firmly, and then heal them for 10 hit points.
Well, there's one that I'll say you can spread it out a little bit. I imagine that's not how healing hands work, but you go and help 3 or 4 people who the worshippers of the god of light have pretty much given up on, and you've saved 10 lives. And then they talk about, and when they come to, you learn later on, they feel they were touched by an angel, an angel in disguise, and that rumors about an angel kind of capture on. You
Like
said
that.
you were handing out gold too? You still doing that?
Oh yeah, 400 gold. So most of it goes to the poor, and the 100 goes to
Yeah.
Othmer.
So 100 to Holman, like 5 to this person, 2 to this person, 7 to that person, that type of thing?
Yeah, a bit randomly, I suppose.
Okay. Cool. They, well, I'll say that they hand them it out and they're grateful. Later on, you learn that some used it wisely, some got drunk on it, some wasted it, some tried to steal it from other people who had gold, and there were fights, there were skirmishes about this gold, and it's a difficult situation. It reminds me of a story. When I lived on a refugee camp in Ghana, there was this one lady that I knew, and she befriended some of the refugee ladies. And she found one who was a solo mother with 3 or 4 kids. And she gave her $500 to, feed her children, fund your education and stuff like that, because that's a crap load of money in that economy. What she later found out is the estranged husband found out about the 500 gold pieces, went to the woman, beat the crap out of her until she gave him the $500, and he got drunk with his buddies for over the course of several weeks. So it's quite a tragic story. She wanted to help someone, and all she did was increase domestic violence and got a bunch of idiots drunk. So, not a nice story, but it kind of reminds me of how hard it is to help the poor sometimes. And I just wanted to bring that part of the story through. Just giving gold people to poor people. Some will use it well, some will get drunk, some will get into fights. Because desperate times, desperate measures, and all of that. But a nice thing you did. But
it's the nicest thing Bone with his poor intelligence could think of. Bone help.
Yeah, give poor people gold. It solves the problem.
And
But it
I
doesn't really.
I kind of imagine this scene as Bone is strolling back to where Adai and Vander is standing in his disguise form. He's going to drop a bit down on his haunches and look into Vander's face and say, "Bone, help!" as fights are going on in the background.
You did. You did.
Banner's gonna look a little bit disgusted, but yeah, he's not going to say anything. He's going to just like peek around you and be like, "Okay, all right."
Well,
Yeah.
I have other ideas. And I think I have the sensation that Bender may have similar ideas. And I will head towards it. Don't find the number, but the shop with magical items.
Here,
Oh,
Emporium of Marvelous
of Marvelous
Rarities.
Rarity.
Okay.
I was thinking the same, and I was.
Okay, let me just bring up the Emporium.
And of course, before going to the Emporium, I will again disguise myself as the gold tooth, which I was last time.
Sure. Okay, so you're heading over to the Emporium to just spend those gold you got straight away. Okay.
Yeah, like wise people do.
We'll see what we can do with them, though. We're not gonna hand them out, at least. I think, at least. We'll see. With the prices.
Oh, I've lost the prices. Where's it gone?
I have the list. You wanted to post it?
Sure. I just found it, but yes, please post it. Save me doing it.
All right. Did it work?
All right.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah. I know what I want. So, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Emporium of marvelous items. What can I get for you? What can I assist you with?
The other day when I was checking your scroll, something catched my eye.
Yes.
Clock that you have.
The clock that I have? Do I have a clock? Does he have a clock?
Cloak.
There's a cloak of
cloak.
protection there.
Rod, wand, weapon, wondrous brace, cloak of protection. Yes, I have one cloak of protection.
Are you sure you wouldn't like something else, Adai? Perhaps some armor or something?
Is this what you wanted?
I think it might be one of the few things that's useful to me, to be honest. What does the figurine of Wondrous Power do, though?
It's like what Bone has. You throw a
Oh,
thing and it
right,
turns
with
into a...
looks cool, though.
I
Can it
tell
be
you
used-
what, if you're both interested in a cloak of protection, I might have one out back in stock. I was saving it for a special occasion, but if you could spring 700 gold pieces, I could sell you the second cloak of protection.
I don't think we have so much money, no? Do we?
I don't, at least. I'm close, but not close enough.
I mean,
I
I
have
have.
638.
I only have 533. I give you the money extra, but
We're so close, though. Can I try to persuade him?
Sure.
I'm a gold cloak after all.
Does Bone empty his pockets and moths fly out of it? Because he's...
He has one gold.
Oh, he has
He has
one gold.
He takes it up and says, "No, bone money." Puts it down.
Persuasion
which
check.
color are the cloaks by any chance?
Black. Classic black. Not red, unfortunately, if that's what you're looking
Okay.
for.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
No, black. Okay, someone was persuading?
Yeah, I'll try to do a persuasion to see if you can lower the price a little bit. I assume not, no?
No, I'm afraid. Look, as I said, I was saving it for something special, so I really must insist on the 700 gold pieces.
Let's do one thing, Vendor. You wanted the clock too.
I'm... Like, the
You-
figurine of Wonder sounds kind of cool as well, to be honest. And that could
Up
be
to-
useful.
Up to you. If you want the clock, I will let you take it, and I will think about the other thing.
No, just take it, that I'll figure out something else. It's
Sure.
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, the figure of Wondrous Power. This is. I mean, there's one already. Yeah.
Okay, so feel free to add a cloak of protection to your inventory, and I believe it's an attunable item.
Yes. Yep.
Anything else I can help you with?
So, what kind of figurines does he have? I see there's 4 different... No, there's more. Oh, there's so many to choose between. What the hell?
He only has the uncommon one. which
Oh
is
yeah,
the
it's just
silver
one
raven.
uncommon.
Yeah, which does this.
Yeah, that's not too cool. I was hoping for like the elephant or something, but that's fine.
I mean, I was thinking the one is also really cool. The one of
The
magic
ones?
missiles. Yes,
Yeah, it could be very useful.
that was my fall back.
Ring of warmth to stand in Cassie's.
Oh, does it give fire protection?
Cold
Resistance?
resistance. Cold resistance.
Cold. Ah, I see, I see.
What gives cold resistance?
Ring of warmth.
Oh, the ring of warmth. Okay, cool.
So, if I understand this correctly, the wand of magic missiles, you can cast. It has 7 charges, and you can expend 1 charge to cast the first level, and you can spend an additional charge to cast it 1 level higher.
You can fire off all of the missiles
At the same time too.
Yeah, or just all without expending the
could-
last charge.
For example, you can you use 8 missiles at the same time. It's really good.
That's very powerful, yeah.
Yeah, it's what I say was my fallback. It's really good. It's a really good item.
Yeah, and Vander isn't really specialized in combat, to be honest. So this could be something nice to have up his sleeve to just like explode into someone's face.
Of course, there's a chance that if you expend all charges, it might be destroyed. Yeah, D20
Is it?
and you roll a 1. Yeah, the last thing.
Oh yeah,
That's only
So
if you
don't-
expend
So-
all the charges.
yeah. So I can just keep on 1 to never have to roll for that, though. Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of cool. And the ring of warmth gives cold protection. That's good as well, of course. Well, what the hell? Let's buy this wand. I like the sound of it.
Yeah, basically cold resistance from the ring
Yeah.
of warmth. Yep. But you're buying the wand.
I think I'm buying the wand. Yeah.
Sure. I don't think it requires attunement, so feel free just to add that. And roll me a d6. Let's see how many charges it starts with. I go 4 charges at the moment.
Okay. Nice. Perfect.
Anything else?
Well, I'm spent. I think everyone's spent currently, aren't we? Actually, maybe Vander is going to. It has saved his life once. If he has any more potions of healing.
Potions of healing. No, he doesn't.
Alright,
He
well.
says that all the potions have been basically sent to the palace. They're worried.
Right.
If you need it, vendor, I have one with me.
Thank you, Adai. I don't really need it, but you never know when you need it, so it's always nice to have at you. But for the time being, I'm good. But I would like to have some backup just in case things get rough.
Yeah, we definitely need. The first days we were in the city, this druid was really helpful, but we are getting into a lot of fights, and we may have power, muscle, and charisma, but we don't have any ways to heal ourselves consistently.
It's true. I do have some gold left though, and I think I would like to try to upgrade my armor. I think studded leather would be cool.
I mean, if you just want to buy anything from the player's handbook, absolutely. So if you have the money and you want to upgrade, we'll just say that you bought it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pay 45 gold for studded leather.
Okay.
Can I try to sell my normal leather as well?
You can sell it for half the cost of whatever it is.
Yeah, that's fine. That's 5 gold pieces back. Okay, perfect.
So I think for the rest of the day, at least, I probably won't do anything special before the funeral. The only thing is that I'm gonna change my clothes for the funeral, so out of respect, I'm gonna wear more decent clothes.
Okay. So, you make your way over to the royal palace, and during the day, but shopping on the way, mood is somber, and oops, and you see there's the royal procession proceeding through town. People are throwing roses on the casket of the king as he passes by. Lord Signmonder is out front of the procession, and he's got a black cloak on, but still wears his plate mail armor. You see he's got tears in his eyes, and he's not hiding it. He's at the head of procession. Behind him, several crowns guard, also looking suitably somber. And then the casket of King Waldron Azanar, and people are throwing rose petals and flowers. And it's telling blessings upon the king, blessings upon the king. And finally, in the carriage behind them, you see Queen Lyrencia kind of waving to people, and they're just more focused on the king. And Princess Athena, you see slumped in the back, just with a grumpy look in her face. She's not really participating, not reacting to the crowd around her. And they come to the royal mausoleum, which is in almost like the dungeon level of the royal palace. It's the very lowest level of this massive palace. And the procession continues into there. Actually, let me show you what it looks like. Let me just check to make sure. Oh, not that one. This one. Of course, when there's a map, there's never anything bad that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, some of these maps take a the maps loaded for you guys, or is it a bit fuzzy?
It's
It's a
blurry.
bit fuzzy.
Who's this guy?
Well, let me he's not there. But the
Or is it?
Lord
Yeah.
Gareth was going to be here, but Gareth is no longer here because the nobles were invited.
He's with us in spirit.
Yeah, and that they said Elderbrain, the people who make this, sometimes the map's a little slow to load, which might be improved with the new system for Roll20 is implementing. But in the meantime, they said if you zoom in all the way and zoom in out all the way, sometimes that helps speed it up. But regardless.
Yeah, it's
Okay, cool. So you come down. Let's open this door.
Yeah.
So you come down these stairs at the bottom. Come down this area here, which is, lots of history in there. And then you join the procession, and you find your way to the back somewhere. Feel free to position yourself where you'd think you'd be. But Lord Signmonder takes his guard, or goes up by himself. Princess Athena and Queen Laurentia join him. The guards stand at the back. And he says, oh, by the way, these are all statues of former kings. And there's a sarcophagus below them. And you see this one here, which is the sarcophagus marking the prince that died in the Fey realm. And this one is representing King Waldron. He had it commissioned some years ago in preparation for the die, which he'd eventually die. So there's a space for him in this mausoleum. But you see kings, or basically kings of old all around here. And this is the rightful place to bury a king. And Lord Signmonder, he takes a deep breath. And he says, these are difficult times. The king is dead. We have a new queen to look forward to, but not just yet. We're going to remember Lord Lord Waldron Azanar for who he was and what he did. He brought prosperity to the kingdom. He was a good man. He did not deserve what has happened. I do not know what that creature was who killed him. All I know, it was not Queen Alyssa. It was some perversion of her. The one I knew would never do such a thing. Regardless, it is time to bury the king. And the sarcophagus is opened. This one right here. Oh, no, sorry. This one to the north right here. And the body of the king is laid to rest. At that moment, a strange melody fills the air. And I need everybody to make me a save. Let me just get the save you need to make. Can you all please make me a wisdom saving throw? Okay.
I'm going to use my reaction to give myself +4. So forget the 5. It's a +4. So I have 11.
Bone. What's about to happen? Where are you, Bone? I don't see Bone.
There.
Underneath Kesri? Okay.
I'm not sure
Bone.
if he would stand there, but yeah, place him where he would stand.
Okay. Bone, the thing that's about to happen, you're afraid of. I'll get to what that thing's happening is at a moment. Same with you, Adai. You're afraid of the thing that's about to happen. And I'm going to roll for Kazri and Incration.
Oh, Incration's not on the...
Yeah, I'll get him there in just a second because he'll be required to be here. Let's bring up his character sheet. So, go with Incration. Wisdom saving throw. He rolls. First dice roll. He is afraid too. Oh, let's get him on the map. Oops. Then we'll roll for Kazri as well. Once again, we'll take the first roll. She's a flat on her wisdom saves. 6. Kazri cowers back in fear. So what happens is a strange melody kicks in. Very melancholic. From the statue of Prince Krasnor. he's famed for waving a glaive. It is like his signature weapon. The glaive detaches from his sword, from his thing, and it's glowing, it's dark, and as some of you cower behind it, the glaive takes 2 swipes and 2 nobles immediately die. Just gets cut down. Sign Monder screams out, "Protect the queen! Protect the princess! 2 arms, men, 2 arms!" And as the nobles go to escape, the door behind it slams down with a slam. The torches around the glow dimly for a second and then bright up as his glaive starts massacring nobles after nobles after nobles. And if it's okay with you guys, I think we're going to end a little early, and we'll kick up with this thing next year when Incration at least will be back with us. Is that all right?
That's fine.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, and I'll recap that next week for Incration as well. Okay, guys. Wow, a lot of interesting RP in that episode. Just one wedding combat. It's a bit of fist fights.
A lot of
Good stuff, guys.
There are a lot of combats in these weddings here.
Oh, yes. Well, this isn't a wedding, though. This is a funeral, but still.
True.
Still, a lot of fighting. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys.